What was a huge trend everyone forgot about? The Clear Craze in the late 1980s into the 90s. We saw lots of clear drinks and products, including Crystal Pepsi, Tab Clear, and of course SEMA. Web link. Not just drinks, I kind of missed the clear electronics. I always wanted that clear telephone. Crackle nail polish. Why did we do that? That's an actual forgotten one. Wow. Yik Yak. Yik Yak was the crap. Everyone knew what was going on campus within seconds. People within the same classes used it to crap talk professors and cheat on tests. It's too bad people had to ruin it with death threats and such, which kind of forced Yik Yak to make it non-anonymous, killing the appeal it had in the first place. As a commuting student at the time, it was key for me to keep up with the happenings and drama around campus. Holy crap, this is the correct answer. Everyone at my school was obsessed with Yik Yak my freshman year of college. It felt like it died overnight though. It felt like it died overnight probably because very suddenly they started changing their stuff to be way less anonymous. The whole appeal of Yik Yak was the anonymity, so it killed it pretty quickly when it changed. Cell phones that worked like walkie-talkies. PTT on severe duty hard phones is still a thing on some mine sites and oil fields. Are those the like rubber-lined flip phones? My dad used one of those when he worked for Ford in their research and dev building, didn't get a phone with a camera until 2015, wasn't allowed one. Intrinsically safe phones. No electrical arcing connections exposed to open air. So, yeah, phones and phone condoms. Mannequin challenge, that was very weird to be fair. A bunch of the internet challenges could be put here too. That one weird summer of 2016 where clowns randomly appeared out of nowhere and creeped us all out. Yeah, WTF was that all about? Was it an IT marketing campaign or was a few marketing stunts and then a bunch of actual crazies exploring it? Silly bands. They died because every school banned them. Well, call those silly bands. Hypercolor clothing. I was a huge nerd in elementary school and thought I was going to be super cool when my mom bought me an off-brand hypercolor shirt. Wore it to school and one of the kids who bullied me realized it would change color if he spit on it. Then showed lots of other people. It was the worst day of my elementary school life. That is awful. A handy visual aid so that people far away know you're sweating profusely. That's actually the reason I finally stopped wearing mine. They were very popular in the 6th grade, then I wore one in 7th grade, and this kid in class was like, "Look at her, she's sweating, I bet she's musty." And everyone laughed, and when I got home I threw it directly in the trash. I don't know if this is just where I live, but those bracelets that you made with rubber bands on that loom thingy. We still have millions of those rubber bands in our house. I want to toss them in the garbage, but they are in the kids' rooms. Effing rainbow looms. The store I worked in carried them for like a year before they moved on to the next fad, and we'd still get parents years later who picked up a cheap one at a garage sale because they remembered them being popular, desperately searching for these rubber bands that no one carries anymore. Neopets laughing out loud. Aw crap. I haven't fed me Neopets in like 15 years. I recently went back, still alive but depressed. So was my Neopet. Edit. Thanks for the love, guys. I'm on bed rest with viral meningitis and enjoying Reddit's company. Furbys. Absolutely needed to have one, and when it woke up in the middle of the night I was over it. So I finally get to tell this story. I had a Furby as a kid. The thing learned my name. You also could not turn them off, so it would randomly talk throughout the day and night. Its batteries started to die, so it sounded weird to say the least. So one night, at 3 a.m., I'm about 7 years old. I hear, in this demonic sounding voice from my closest, say my effing name. The Furby was evicted from my room after that. My Furby sat for years wrapped in 2 blankets in the bottom of my dark closet. I loved those when I was little. But then my dog ate it. He's a good boy. Cup stacking, what was that all about? Holy crap. I forgot about that. Our school made us do cup stacking in gym for a few weeks. Yeah, and what did it have to do with physical education? There were actual competitions, my teacher was so into it, smiley face. In addition to teaching fine motor skills, cup stacking was popular because gym teachers are always on the lookout for any activity that isn't guaranteed to be dominated by the same little group of jocks. I.e., if you just toss the class a basketball and let them play, there will be a half dozen kids who are pretty good, because they practice at home all the time, and nobody else will ever touch the ball. That just turns off the kids who need encouragement the most. Odo, if you bring in something totally novel, like cup stacking, or parachute games, or those little rolly carts, everybody is going to be pretty inept at first. So that gives a little more opportunity for the dweebs to get into it and participate without embarrassing themselves. Those little rolly carts. It was a lot of fun playing with them even with the crushed fingers. If I won the lottery, I would want my own giant gym dedicated to those little roll carts. Include the big rainbow parachute and I'll buy a membership. That's a great explanation. Thanks for the insight. Honestly, it's really good for fine motor skills. You don't have to be one of those super fast pros, just being able to do it well enough is a good sign of development. Even in high school, fine motor skills are still developing and can be improved. Flash mobs. I miss the awkwardness of school teachers and office managers to entice others to join. My boss made us do this one year, as a kind of bucket list for herself before she retired. I had scheduled the day off since it was my birthday, so I was hoping I had a gracious out to skip it. Instead, she told me if I came for the flash mob I'd get the rest of the day off with pay and I wouldn't have to use a vacation day. It was exactly as awkward as I expected, but the 20 minutes was worth it for 8 hours pay. I too would 100% accept this bribe. On the condition it was in writing. I once worked at a big chain hotel that shared a large common area with the building they inhabited. After the flash mob trend was already starting to die off, management decided it would be a good idea to plan, and announce to other tenants of the building, the exact time they would be doing a flash mob in the common area. And to make it worse, every employee who volunteered to do this flash mob was wearing identical corporate logo t-shirts. It was pathetic. There are so many scheduled flash mobs, it's beyond dumb at this point. If you see some videos online, there are many people filming before the flash mob starts because they know what's going on. I've been invited to many flash mobs over the years, but I have always bowed out. The only recent one I thought was funny was when a group of people organized a hide-and-seek event at IKEA. Not sure if it counts as a real flash mob, but IKEA wasn't too happy about it. Planking and YOLO. YOLO for sure. 2012-13. 2012. The year of the first instance of mass slacktivism with #Kony2012. Then the person responsible for it went bonkers and ended up naked on a street corner. When I was a teen in the mid to late 90s, the WWJD bracelets were everywhere. And I would see WWJD merchandise all over the place, even WWJD board games. People don't remember how huge Maxim magazine was back in the day. Like from 1999 to 2002, it was universally loved by young men. There's the line in the first Iron Man movie where Stark's military escort asks him if it's true that he went 12 for 12 with the Maxim cover girls. It's shocking because, 1, that's how big of a deal the mag used to be, and 2, that's how old the MCU is. The guy may as well have asked Stark, is it true you have the world's biggest Pog collection? Stark also references MySpace, which kind of gives me mental whiplash when I rewatch the first Iron Man. I'd better not see this on your MySpace. Livestrong bracelets. I knew 2 people with prominently placed Livestrong tattoos. Those shoes with the wheels in them. Heelys? Heelys don't have brakes because the swag never stops. Yeah, right, man. My elementary school banned Heelys because some kid tried to Heely down some stairs and broke his arm. They should have banned stairs. Shaking my head. Poor kid, drowning in all that pussy. Nah, he only broke one arm. Mine banned them too. My friend's mom had to come to school and give him some new shoes one day because he wore them after they were banned. It was the big drama of 3rd grade. Eyes. I remember shoes that light up. Like this one. Web link. Gangnam Style. Hey sexy lady. Good God, don't make me remember that, laughing my butt off. For about a year I actually tried to learn Korean because of that song. That's actually a very positive outcome of you enjoying the song. It's a shame you didn't stick with it. I'll never forget the summer Pokémon Go came out. Everybody and their grandparents were playing it. All the parks were full of people just talking and meeting each other. I hate to sound boomer why, but it made me remember what life was like before smartphones, which is ironic I guess because an app made it happen. I wish more technology had the goal of getting people active and outside and interacting with others. Yep, the Pokémon Go trend in July 2016 was completely bizarre. To see literally almost everyone play it, even elderly non-gamers, was something I never thought I would see. I played it consistently until the end of 2017, and then I quit. Now, I literally never meet anyone who plays that game. Edit. How the hell did this comment get 2,868 points? I'm so confused lol. Really? It's often the highest grossing mobile game each month. It's still really popular. There was even a research event today. Remote raids and invites have been a godsend for me. Between that and a Discord group, I'm finally able to do tier 3 and 5 raids. Pet rocks. I have been breeding them for years. Edit. Thanks for awards. And thanks for so many awesome responses. Painful memories. My pet rock ended up breaking a window and had to be euthanized. I still have a box of his sand on my mantle with his picture above it. Fidget spinners. Remember all those pop-up stalls in shopping centers selling fidget spinners? I sure hope they got their money back. I had a family friend who had a kiosk that sold cheap phone accessories and other junk. I remember him telling my dad, "Man, I don't understand what's going on, but I buy a bag of this garbage every week and sell out at 5x the price." He said he made bank. With things like this, I imagine it's like in Breaking Bad when Walter could have just stopped at like 20 million. But some people just don't know when to leave the casino, you know? For all the people like my family friend, there must be loads of suckers who got absolutely walloped when it went out of style. That trend went real fast. And my store had decided to start selling fidget spinners, changed the name to Widget Spinners, real late to the party, so by the time we got them the trend was already dying, so our store still has a few cases of fidget spinners collecting dust in our store. 2017 was an interesting year. I think it was between 2010 and 2012 where there was a weird obsession with bacon, a weird obsession with mustaches, keep calm and underscore, and you can't forget epic fail too. I know it makes lots of people cringe, and rightfully so, but boy does thinking of that period make me nostalgic for middle school. Simpler times. Edit. No need to tell me how old you feel this time lol. My kid went to a mustache-themed birthday party during that time. Such a weird little cultural moment. All those tattooed finger mustachios. I got my first tattoo around that time and was waiting in the lobby for my artist, for a very much non-finger mustache tattoo, and heard the person at the front desk patiently explaining to some kid that, while they do offer finger mustaches, they wouldn't guarantee them like they would most other tattoos, and they generally try to steer clients in pretty much any other direction. Jesus Christ, had these kids never heard of Sharpies? The bacon phenomenon was so strange. Every food commercial had bacon something in it for months. Bacon on the radio, bacon on billboards, bacon in every single conversation. There were all kinds of bacon-themed novelty products too. The most memorable ones to me in particular were bacon Band-Aids and bacon chapstick. The former because they made an open wound look somehow more like an open wound. The latter because I tried and it tasted horrible, like rancid bacon blended with carpet glue. The bacon thing was so strange. It was like edgy or something to be public about liking bacon. Epic Mealtime was responsible for a lot of this. Bacon strips and bacon strips and bacon strips. A customer at the financial institution where I worked was mad at his employer because they refused to set up direct deposit for him without him giving them a voided check. He did not use checks, but they would not accept our proof of his account with us that we provided. So he came back in, angry about having to buy checks, and had me order him a box of checks with a bacon design. As he was leaving, he said smugly, "I can't wait until I can march into HR and slap one of these down and tell them, 'Here you go, voided bacon check.'" He surely triumphed with that one. Do you remember hipster girls getting mustache tattoos on their fingers? I can't imagine that aged well. In addition to the dozens of hipster Y guys I'd always see around town trying to cultivate some old-timey handlebar mustaches, the ones where you wax and curl the ends, I have a cousin who was super into the cartoon mustache on everything craze around that time. 2011 to 2015 was its own era that will forever be remembered by Tumblr, commentary and up YouTube, Vine, mustaches and that dress. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.